Hello fellow singers, I come to you today with another hints, tips, and tricks video for the career-focused singer, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can get more work session singing. Okay, so today's video is going to be geared towards people who are on air gigs, but these tips can apply to anyone who is out there trying to get more work as a session singer, whether you are promoting yourself on a different session singing platform or your own website or Craigslist ads or anything like that. Anywhere where you have a profile talking about your services, then this video can help you. And if you're not sure what session singing is, or if you're not sure what air gigs is, head on over to my first video on the subject where I break down the platform and why I love it so. So, without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1 is all about that profile photo. So there are several things that play into having a great profile photo, and at the top of that list is quality. Just how you shop for products online is how you need to present yourself online. So imagine if you're shopping for a product on, say, Amazon. If you see two products next to each other and one has a great quality photo and the other one is dimly lit, or it's poor quality, the resolution isn't so great, then chances are you're gonna click on the better quality one. So the same goes with your online profile. Make sure that your photo is not only great quality, high resolution, but also that the lighting is great and that you can see yourself and that you're not this tiny dot on this big stage. And also I recommend having you be in the photo rather than it be a picture of, say, a microphone or some piece of studio equipment. A lot of times when buyers are on the site, it's their first time coming to the site and they want to know who they're buying from. So if you can have a photo of yourself, it just puts them at ease and it sets you apart from a sea of, let's say, everybody has a picture of their microphone. It's not as easy to pick out who they're going to work with. I think a great photo of you not only helps them decide that, but also helps sell your product. So I would recommend even having your photo match your style. So me, for example, I do a lot of pop type stuff, a lot of commercial type projects, Disney style voices, things like that. So my profile photo is bright and bubbly, there's colors in it, I'm smiling and half laughing in it actually. It's just a very happy, bright photo, which goes in line with what my main service is. But if you are a rock singer or something like that, then it's easy for you to match your photo to your service, and then it helps you get found quicker for the right buyer. So right under your photo, you'll notice that there is a little snippet about you and your services. I highly recommend putting your unique selling points into this little description. So me, for example, one of my selling points is that I have a large range. So about 90 to 100% of my projects are people looking for someone who can hit those high notes. So I put that front and center right there, that I have a large range and also that I'm bilingual, so that people who are just scanning, they can scan past the photos, start reading a little bit of the description, and right away know what they're gonna get when they hire me. So find out what your unique selling point is. If you have really bluesy vocals, if you're bilingual, if you can hit really low notes, have a raspy tone, whatever your thing is, put that front and center so that they can read that right away and hopefully click into your profile to get what they need. And then also when it comes to your profile text, I recommend putting a little bit about you in that area. Not just what awards you've won or what studio specs you have, but a little bit about you and what got you into singing and what you're gonna bring to their project. Many times these are budding songwriters coming here bringing their songs to life for the first time, and it's nice for them to know that it's not just some vocal robot singing their songs, that there's a person and a personality behind the vocals that they're hiring. So I recommend putting a little bit about you in there. It helps them get to know you better, helps build that rapport before they even reach out to you. So they've seen your photo, they've seen that snippet of text, read a little bit more about you. Now you need to make sure that you have a great sounding audio, which brings me to number 3. So my tip for the great sounding audio, aside from just having great sounding audio and making sure that you put the time and effort into having something really great sounding, is also making sure that you have handpicked what you're showing. So air gigs allows you to link to your SoundCloud profile, but if you're anything like me, I'm constantly posting on there, and sometimes I'll post things that I don't necessarily want to be on my air gigs profile. So what you can do is you can create a set list over at SoundCloud, and you can call it session work or call it music by whatever your name is, and just put the things in order of your best, absolute best at the top. Only your best if you can, but if you don't have a large body of work and you just want to be able to showcase yourself, start with the stuff that really sells your unique selling points. So for me, the fact that I'm advertising that I have a large range, I make sure front and center at the top of the list is a song that shows off my range the most. So I recommend heading over to SoundCloud and really handpicking the songs that you want to showcase, putting them in a specific order, and then linking that onto your SoundCloud, and not just throwing your general link, because you could have a song at the top of the list that doesn't necessarily reflect your unique selling point. And then next, make sure to utilize that video tab. As far as what goes in there, I personally put a clip of me in the studio. I felt like on the audio side, they got to see the very polished version of me, but on the video side, I wanted to show them a bit behind the scenes of who they're hiring and me actually in the studio unpolished. So that part's up to you. You can do that or not, but either way, make sure that you have some video to accompany the audio. A lot of times, video can go a long way in selling a song as well. So if you're, for me, for example, hitting the high note on the audio side is cool, but if there's video of me actually singing that note, it could be more impactful. So whatever you put in that tab, just make sure you have something in there. Tip number 4 is all about your response time and communication. Now, if you're anything like me, your life can get pretty hectic and busy, so it can be easy to forget things or push things till later. But one of those things that you cannot push or forget is getting back to someone who writes to you on air gigs. So even if you are not able to get to something that day, it's still very important that you reach out to the person on air gigs as soon as humanly possible to let them know, hey, I got this, thank you so much. I'm very interested in working on your project. However, I'm not able to listen to this song today. I will check it out tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever. Let them know when you can check it out, but at the very least, get back to them in that day. And this also applies to after you book the gig. One of the biggest selling points for yourself on air gigs is not only your great quality music or that you're a great fit for someone's project, but your testimonials. So if you are great at communicating in the beginning, you land the gig and then you disappear, or the person doesn't have a great experience, they can easily leave that feedback right on your profile. So make sure that you are just communicating well, are handling the process from beginning to end the best that you can, and chances of you getting a great testimonial are very high. This brings us to tip number 5, which is all about promotion. So as I've mentioned before, there are a lot of great singers on air gigs, which is great for the buyer, but can sometimes not be so great for us who are selling our services, especially if you're not able to organically be on those top pages right at first, which is understandable. You're new on the site, so you end up towards the back, and the chances of someone going all the way to page 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and on aren't as great as someone finding someone who fits their song on page 1 or 2. So I highly recommend paying for some promotion. It's really cheap on air gigs, last I checked. I think they do monthly packages. Either way, coming from someone who organically was able to get to the front page because I got onto air gigs early and just was able to gather some testimonials and stay on the front page, it's totally worth it. And if you don't get a gig right away, don't get discouraged, because I myself will sometimes have packed months and sometimes I'll have nothing. So it really just depends on whether someone is looking for your services at that moment, but I would suggest trying again. You never know, it's always a good thing to be towards the top, and I guarantee if your profile is looking good, your audio is sounding great, and you're a fit for someone, then I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to get booked through some promotion. So try it out. get some testimonials under your belt through their promotion, and then eventually, organically, you'll be able to sit towards the top and you won't have to pay for promotion every month. All right, that wraps up my 5 tips. If I left anything out, please feel free to let me know in the comments. This is my absolute favorite thing to talk about, using your gifts, singing, and making money while doing it. It's one of my favorite subjects, so by all means, reach out to me. I always respond as much as humanly possible. Until then, thanks for watching, and I wish you much success in all your musical endeavors.
Yeah, I know that life ain't just butterflies, brightly colored rainbows. I can't write my story though, and what I see are your smiling faces on our stages, going places. 'Cause I'm not slowing down. No. To what I see control. Gonna do what I came here to do. Say what you will about little on me.